afternoon. It's 12:30. I remembered. It's 12:35 on Wednesday, the 26th. This is the Medical Marijuana Facility Application Committee meeting. I guess roll call. Mr. Blum?
Present.
Mr. Sage?
Present.
And I'm Kim Homan, I'm present. Somebody approved the agenda motion?
I don't have one, so,
No.
Oh,
but I'll approve it. A motion to approve.
I'll second it.
okay. Mr. Blum?
Aye.
Mr. Sage?
Yes.
And yes. Okay, so on the agenda, under old business, because this is now our third meeting,
Yes.
review of deficient applications. Is anybody here from Candid Labs? CP Investment Hayes Cannabis? Or 989 Ventures Northern Roots? Oh, okay. Well, they may show at 1:30.
They might, yeah.
Okay. Then that means we
Can
got,
Table old business in case they do show up at 1:30.
should we do
Yes.
that?
Okay, motion to table old business.
I'll second that.
Mr. Blum,
Aye.
Mr. Sage,
Yes.
and yes. Okay. So we got through application 9 last week, so we will start with application 10, MPM-R space X, Common Citizen. We need to find the flash drive. You're already feeling, right? Received, oh, there it is, thank you. All right. Yep, thank you. Nick? Thank you. All right. Guys ready to go? Okay, so I have copies of the checks, which we didn't need. I mean, we got already. Survey, looks like it's in order. So tab 5, proof of valid tenancy ownership, legal interest in the location. Where's their? So their application actually itself is in the very beginning. With their, so that has been filled out, page 1, 2, okay. All right, there it is, okay. They have agreement of sale, addendum, agreement of sale, an addendum, and agreement of sale, we should find. Ownership statement. Signed and dated. The addendum is signed and dated. Another agreement of sale. Yep, another addendum. Okay. And the last agreement of sale. Signed and dated. Tab 6, company formation documents, proof of registration, and certificate of good standing with the state. Certificate of good standing. Ownership structure with a flow chart. Articles of incorporation. Articles of organization, and then we have the IRS EIN. Assumed name from Laura. Okay. Operating agreement, signed and dated. Tab 7, driver's license. There were 4 parties, and there are 4 driver's licenses. Sales tax license. They said they've submitted registration. It's been processed and approved, but they've not gotten the actual certificate as of the date. Business and operations plan. That page is signed. Proposed business plan. The layout. Appendix B, partner resumes. Forgot the lotion. 1, 2, 3, 4. Citizens Code. Tab B, employees. Benefits. It's everything they're offering to their employees. Oh my. Emergency management plan. All of that. Tab C, security plan, which addresses categories 3 and 5. Quite lengthy. Good neighbor plan. Hold on, I gotta get, my hands are dry. Security. Recordings. Crime prevention. Landscaping and lighting. Good neighbor plan. Litter, loitering, trespass. Landscaping again. Oh my goodness. Security provider agreement. That's tab. No, we're- Exterior lighting plan. Safe specifications. Security camera. Disposal. Signage. Any related entities. There's a list. Denied or suspended license and fax. None. Special land use, application and site plan submitted. Signed and notarized. Related entities. Following pages list the other companies affiliated. That is signed and notarized. Locations with active Michigan licenses and copies of the licenses. Okay. Yeah, there are proof of insurance. Attestations, A. Signed and notarized. B, signed and notarized. C, signed and notarized. D, signed and notarized. E, signed and notarized. F, signed and notarized. G, signed and notarized. H, signed and notarized. And I, signed and notarized. They have the authorization for background investigation. Applicant answers from pages 8 and 9. Financial resources is right behind that. That's tab A. Okay. B, history disclosures. Oh, here's the, pre-qualification at the state, capital improvements, neighborhood outreach, community outreach, traffic noise and odor, and supplemental questions. Oh, and again, tab 20. Pre-qualification status. Okay. You guys comfortable with everything?
On the iChat, there was only one person that was listed. Is it supposed to be everybody?
Tab 17.
17?
Tab 17.
Or do we only have one owner in this?
Let's go to where they listed the ownership. Oh, wait, you know what we need is the flow chart because it says the driver's license is for owners, directors, officers, and managers, so we have to, there we go.
What tab is that one?
That's tab 7 with the driver's licenses. And then at the back of 6.
Mhm.
I'm trying to find it. There was a tab that had ownership and it was split 4 ways. So shouldn't we have 4 iChats?
Were you thinking of that flow chart?
It was probably right before the flow chart.
I'm looking.
actually, in tab 9, they've got a page about halfway through. They've got Chief Executive Officer. But that doesn't necessarily mean owner. What is the requirement on the background check? Just the owners or all employees?
I don't think it would be employee, I don't think we required employees. Because most, I know it was not employees, I have to find where.
I think it was limited just to owners.
Oh, here, well, we got partner resumes.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I would think the chief executive officer would have to have one.
what tab are the resumes?
This, it's,
Oh,
it's within A, well, it says B, Appendix B, partner resumes. There's a Joseph Jarvis as a co-founder. Co-founder and president, then there's a chief operating officer.
Bruce, do you have to have the doors open?
They should be, yeah, I'll take care of that.
Thank you.
Spent too much time flipping through there.
Right,
We can say it's complete, but then if it turns out we needed more iChats, just give lower points. That's one way. Because I don't know who's supposed to have the background checks.
yeah, we probably, is that in the
But
order?
I would think it'd be more than one person, if there's more than one owner.
Rich, do we,
Kim, do you have a copy of the ordinance with you?
I don't,
Andy?
well, wait, no, I should have, but I don't.
Let me look it up.
specify anything.
Here's what I was finally found it.
What?
Tab 6. Doesn't have a page number, but about, say 4 or 5 pages back.
Okay.
It's
The flow
got
chart?
limited part, just in front of the flow chart, limited partners. It's got 2 LLCs and 1 person, but then there's a multi-level ownership further down that has 4 people. We shouldn't there be an iChat on all 4 of those?
I believe so, I just can't find the applicable section. I'm looking for it.
I'm sorry.
No? Right? If we don't get through all of them today.
The authorization isn't for the majority owner either.
I noticed that.
Zaki is, yeah.
51%.
Mm-hmm.
The committee could make a motion to approve the application of completeness pending confirmation of the iChat and just require the applicant to appear at a future meeting if the committee chose to do so. I'm not seeing the applicable section that requires that. I'm still looking.
Yep.
You want to do it?
I don't know what he said.
All right, I'm going to make a motion that applicant number 10, MPMRX LLC, that the packet appears complete with the exception of the background investigation section, which will be further examined. That's it.
Okay, works for me. Second it.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Sage,
Yes.
Mr. Blum,
Yes.
and I vote yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Don't hurt yourself with the rubber band. Everybody? Yep. All right, this is applicant number 11, RJB Enterprises, doing business as Pleasantries, 19000 East, 9000 East, 9 Mile. Did you guys find a flash drive? Flash drive, thank you. Okay, I seem to have 4 sections here. Yes. I have one that says pleasantries, one is section 10-230, part 2, section 10-230, part 5, so there's several, and then the supplemental application. So we'll start with the first one. Table of contents, checks, survey. Heavy-duty paper. My goodness, I'm trying to. Exhibit A, which is the buffer. They have Exhibit B, residential neighbor MOUs. Overlay map is Exhibit C. D is boundary proofs. E is functional boundary measurements. Oh, this must all be related. Exhibit H, scale drawing noting ingress, egress. Here's the check for survey review. Initial requirements, part 4. Appeals rules of procedures. Which we already had. Section 1030, part 1, proof of valid tenancy, ownership, legal interest in the location. Warranty deed, option for purchase of land, amendment to option of purchase, assignment of option of purpose, affidavit of the owner, driver's license, the principal and signatory of the property owner. Recorded warranty deed. Option to purchase. Signed. Amendment to option to purchase. This is heavy-duty paper. Signed. Form of purchase agreement. Page 10, quite extensive. Find it in. Legal description. Form of covenant tree deed. Okay, so these are all the documents that would be signed once the purchase agreement. Non-foreign entity certificate. So these are all the closing documents that would be executed. There's assignment of option to purchase. Signed. And the authorizing affidavit. Signed and notarized. Driver's license. Amir Jabil Shaba. Okay. So, on to section 10-230, part 2, company formation documents, proof of registration. There's a flow chart. Articles of incorporation for RJB. Operating agreement. Signed. RJB. Certificate from the state, from Laura, annual statement. Certificate of assumed name. Change of registered agent, registered office and/or resident agent. Document with the EIN. Articles of Organization for Emerald Growth. Amendment. Operating Agreement of Emerald Growth Partners. Trying to find the end. Oh my, it's quite lengthy. Signed after on page 54, not, where it's not, there's no page number, but there's all the signatures. And following that too. Looks like a breakdown in percentages. This is actually six shares. License through Laura, Emerald Growth, annual statement. Change of registered agent, and registered office and/or resident agent. EIN for Emerald Growth. Part 3, information on the owners. Exhibit A. It lists number of people, addresses, email, phone numbers. Exhibit B. Lists directors and driver's licenses. Number of pages, investor IDs. Again, a number of pages. And more pages. Yes. 10-30, Part 4, valid sales tax license as of November 2021. Do Part 5 next. Right. Okay, moving on to Part 5, Business and Operations Plan. (5A), description of the type of facility proposed. There's a flow chart of staff. Job titles. Requirements, responsibilities and requirements for the job positions. Business hours. Part 5B is security plan. Leadership background. 26, including COVID preparedness. Looks like 26 pages of a security plan. There's the COVID plan. PPE, deep cleaning. Oh my, okay, Part 5C, all equipment and methods that will be employed to stop impact to adjacent uses. Seven pages. 5D for the disposal. Got that. E, proposed signage, renderings. Six, identification of any business directly or indirectly involved. They have a list of 4. 7, commercial license denial. Never been cited, fined, or otherwise had licenses suspended, revoked, or not renewed. 8, special land use application, yes. 9 is site plan application. Yes. Related entities, Part 10. There's a list of 4. 11, information for other medical marijuana facilities. There's 2 pages. 12 is proof of insurance. A letter that they're able to, whoops, paperclip, certificate of liability insurance, additional insureds. I should have taken clip. 13, attestations. A, signed and notarized. B, signed and notarized. C, signed and notarized. D, signed and notarized. E, signed and notarized. F, signed and notarized. G, signed and notarized. H, signed and notarized. I, signed and notarized. Oof. Oops. Right. Okay. Don't shoot off. Keep going. Are you done? That section?
Which section?
The one we just, the part 5 and onward?
Yeah.
Okay. So then the next is the, what?
So I'd move forward a little bit. I didn't know you were.
Don't raise the head. Okay, the supplemental application scoring criteria, signed and notarized. Answer 1. Looks like they have numerous documentation, numerous documents for all the criteria. Yep. Okay. Wait. Wait, I skipped, that's not my fault, I skipped. Gotta back up a little. Yeah, I just skipped, the attestations were. have 16. Pre-qualification status from the state of Michigan. I didn't see the iChat or the authorization. I missed that somehow. Where is it? Why, how did I skip past that?
What section?
The one we were just in?
Part 5 there.
Attestations. Oh, there it is, section 14.
16.
Yep. 14.
Okay.
So what's the ownership interest?
This one's gonna have to be the same thing. Approve pending review of the language. Because there was a gazillion investors
Yeah.
and only one iChat.
Madam Chairperson, what did refresh my recollection, what did the committee do last week with the applications that the committee reviewed with regard to the iChat verification?
They seem to have one for everybody, at least from what I remember. I didn't catch that as being a problem last week.
Because I'm not sure if the applicant can actually submit one, and that would cover everyone in the organization. I don't know whether the police department would accept that.
I doubt George would. I think it would have to be an individual release.
I think that's something that we can, again, table and just verify with the police department whether one applicant on behalf of the organization allows that, if the police department can use that release that's signed by one person on behalf of the organization, the city can, or the police department then can do its investigation.
Again, another reason why the pre-authorization by the state is, I think, a critical aspect. This is too big for this little flip.
If the police department can accept one document on behalf of the entire organization and for individuals that are covered by that, then I think that would be appropriate.
Okay.
But again, we won't know that until we verify with the police department.
And we have to see what we actually required.
Yeah, I found the section.
Yeah.
It does say, it's section 10-228, or 229 rather, A5, and it provides a signed release authorizing the police department and/or iChat to perform a criminal background check to ascertain whether the applicant, each stakeholder, and employee of the applicant meet the criteria set forth in this article. Again, I don't know whether the applicant or one individual signing on behalf of the whole organization would allow the police department then to do its background check. Again, that's something we would have to verify with the police department. So it technically may be complete. We would just have to check that with the police department.
So we just do like we did with the last one.
Is your mic on? Probably not.
No, I turned it off because I was shuffling papers.
Okay, and, now that is a question as to how
I think
detailed we were last
there could be
week.
different components within anything that could be judged incomplete or inadequate. So I think maybe what our direction should be is to recognize that there's material in the section regarding background checks because our role at this point is just for completeness.
Yeah, so something was submitted for background.
something was
Whether it's
submitted for
correct is
background, I don't
another
know.
topic.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, so I'll make a motion then that applicant 11, which is RJB Enterprises LLC, that the packet at this time appears complete.
I'll second that.
Mr. Sage,
Yes.
Mr. Blum,
Yes.
and I agree. So then should we go back to the previous one? And again, it was complete. It just, I mean, they did submit something, so it would be complete. We just don't know to what extent police is going to require it. We had tabled that one, but maybe we should put that through as complete to treat
The maker of the motion could withdraw the motion.
and I did not write down. Who made the motion
That was
on the
Nick.
last one? On applicant 10.
On applicant 10, the previous one, I believe was Mr. Blum.
You made it, I seconded it.
Okay.
So if you rescind it,
For applicant 10,
Yes. So what we need to do,
you're gonna rescind it because we had pending
Okay.
review. We're just gonna
all right.
rescind it and then redo it as complete.
So I'll make a motion to rescind my previous motion for applicant 10, which is MPMRX LLC.
common citizen.
Second that?
So therefore, the motion is that it is, that we
Rescinded.
need a motion that, we rescinded the previous one,
We gotta vote first.
now, motion second, Mr. Sage.
Yes.
Mr. Blum?
Yes.
Yes, I agree, now we need another motion.
Now I'll make a motion for applicant 10, MPMRX LLC, that the packet appears complete at this time.
Second that?
Mr. Sage?
Yes.
Mr. Blum?
Yes.
Yes. Motion carries. Okay. On to applicant 12. Applicant 12 was rejected, so now we're on to applicant 13. Thank you for doing the math for me.
And there's 3 flash drives,
Oh,
one in this envelope, 2 in this one.
okay, thank you. So this is applicant number 13, Wyoming Ventures LLC for 17875 East 8 Mile. They have the appeal, we have the completed application. All the pages are signed and notarized. Actually, not to skip ahead, but I have here the signed and notarized, notarization for attestation A, B signed and notarized, C signed and notarized, D signed and notarized, E signed and notarized, F signed and notarized, G signed and notarized, H signed and notarized, and I signed and notarized. Okay. We do immediately after that, we have a landlord permission form that is signed and notarized. Okay. They have their information. Their supplemental is signed and notarized. Actually, they have 2 of those. The iChat. Is signed and notarized. I have a driver's license, front and back. Again, I actually have 1, 2 people. Again, the iChat signed by 1, so, but we're going to continue on. Articles of organization for Auto Master Care, licensing, Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs for Auto Master Auto Care, we have another driver's license. Is it Mr. Sawa? And a criminal history that is clear. Pre-qualification status for the state of Michigan. Have that. Articles of organization, that's for Wyoming Ventures. Articles of corporation, organization for Wyoming Ventures, certificate. Some information from certified public accounting, to the state of Michigan. Okay, an EIN for Wyoming Ventures. They have attached all the information from the states, the MRA, the state of Michigan's license. So their completed application is attached. Property documentation. They have their special land use and site plan application. Including for masonry wall. Okay. Option to enter into lease with construction, option to purchase after securing city license. Sign approval procedures are actually here. Sorry, they're on the back of that page, so they have their sign permit in also. That was. All right. Option to enter lease. On pages 8 and 9, it's signed and notarized. That's between Shawn Investment and Wyoming Ventures. Certificate of liability, insurance, design package. Don't want to miss anything. Information, invoice for security, additional invoices for security, or estimates, I'm sorry, for security. It's the third one. And then the design for the security devices, construction estimate, business and facility plan, revenue forecast, profit and loss, problem and solution. Marketing and sales, operations, facade improvement, blight elimination, security plan, cameras, technology plan and inventory control, employee-related HIPAA, waste handling procedures, noise mitigation, odor control, off-site odors, customer plan, charitable causes. And this is the overview of the company, staffing and education, personnel, financial plan and statements, Additional charts, oh, here's revenue. Balance sheet with monthly detail. Okay. This was a little bit out of order, so I missed a couple of things. I got all of those. Did I skip over there? No, there's the background investigation. Okay. Again, for one person. For the applicant himself. So I see all the state information. Do we see their supplemental?
Supplemental.
Yeah, it's organized a little bit differently, so I'm not sure. Money lender. It's in here. I mean, the signed app supplemental. Twice. So it appears it's just not specified out, so they have I mean, the scoring will have to be based on everything that's been submitted in the format that it's submitted in, rather than in the way it was set up, but it still appears that all the information is here. Gentlemen, any thoughts? Okay. Randy?
I believe it's complete.
Okay.
I'll make a motion for applicant 13, which is Wyoming Ventures LLC, that the package appears complete at this time.
Second that?
Mr. Sage?
Yes.
Mr. Blum?
Yes.
And yes.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
it is 1:30. If you want to call, if you want to do part A of old business. The
Oh,
untable,
correct. All
Yep.
right, thank you.
if you'd like to.
I would. Yep, we need a motion. Yes,
I'll make a
please.
motion to untable old business. Part A.
Yes, old business part A, review of deficient applications. So, all
I'll second that.
right, Mr. Blum?
Yes?
Mr. Sage? Yes. And yes. So we are looking to see if there are representatives here from Candid Labs, from CP Investment, Hayes Cannabis, and from 989 Ventures Northern Roots. Do we have anybody? Please.
Hillary Bahri on behalf of Candid Labs. We tabled last week's discussion for a receipt of the survey check that was included but not found inside of the binder. I do have another cashier's check here as well, as I was told to bring one with the receipt. Not, am I giving it to?
Please.
My understanding was you were gonna have a receipt for the original $100 check?
Yeah, I have that right here.
Okay, that's the original.
You wanted the original receipt?
Right.
Okay, I brought you a copy of the actual receipt, because
Oh.
as it's still lost and not cashed.
Randy, do you want to review that?
I'll take a look at it.
Sorry, I didn't know you wanted the actual original, as I do keep my originals, so just in case anything were to happen, it's still not cashed or anything.
I believe we specified it had to be original.
Yeah. I mean, yes, if this was an original, I would accept it, but it is a copy. Do we want to delay it one more week?
I don't mind, I can bring the original, but am I gonna get it back the same day?
We just need to confirm it's not altered.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So we're tabling it again another week.
Can we?
If I come prior to next week to, do you guys need it to drop off, or, again, I just
We
want
want
to
it
get it
done
back.
in public.
Yeah, we want it done
So
at
you're
the
just gonna
public
take a
hearing.
look at it here then?
Yep, we're
Okay.
just going to look at it and hand it right back.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
how long do you anticipate the committee's going to be
Oh,
in
actually,
session
right.
today?
Because we're trying to get things done.
I just want to be on the record, it was clear it was to be original.
Yes.
There was no question it was supposed to be original.
I honestly thought I heard, just bring me a receipt for it.
I know for a fact it was very clear.
If council can get it here today, that way the committee can make a determination. I just don't know how long the committee intends on being in session today.
I'm assuming 4:30. But
Rather
you
than
know what?
tabling it, it may be an option to allow the applicant's representative to bring the original to, or before the committee this
We could
afternoon.
table it until the receipt's brought in, which could be 4:25.
Well, I think that we may need a quick meeting next week, because if there's anything that we table from today, their opportunity would be to come next week. So even if it's, one or two, I'm assuming, I mean, unless everybody's perfect, I'm assuming that some things, someone in this group of 11 is probably going to have to be tabled for something.
Okay.
So are you available next Wednesday, as far as you know?
Believe I
I mean, we could set it just at 1:30 for anybody that's coming back.
believe.
And you're welcome to come back today too, because we are here until 4:30.
Next Wednesday, yeah, should be okay.
And you'd be available?
Yes.
Okay. All
So
right,
either next Wednesday or today.
or later today.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so can I have a motion? Agree.
Make a motion to, what one was this? Hang on. This was the Candid Labs?
Applicant number 18,
Okay.
Candid Labs.
I'll make a motion that we table applicant 18, Candid Labs, until a original receipt is brought in
You
But
have-
at public hearing.
at a public hearing.
Okay. Second? No? You're not going to second?
No. Not gonna second it,
That's fine.
sorry. I believe the applicant's been given the opportunity.
Your call.
You can second it if you like.
I didn't see the document, so this was, explain to me what the document was and what will be different.
It was a copy, just a color copy of a receipt, not an original.
I mean, if I may, I'm an attorney, I highly doubt I'm gonna receipt is what I heard of the actual survey prior to, so that's what I brought.
No, it was very clear it was original. I mean, I agree with
Crystal clear.
Nick.
I even made it a point to say it a second time.
Again, I don't know.
I feel the opportunity's been given. But I, of course, support the committee's decision.
Right. All right, I'll second the motion. Mr. Blum?
Yes.
I support it, and Mr. Sage?
No.
No. Okay,
So am I
You're-
bringing it next week or no?
yep.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody from CP Investment Hayes Cannabis regarding the address? No. 989 Ventures Northern Roots regarding the missing flash drive, or the flash drive we could not find. Nobody, Rich.
What was the name of the second one? I'm sure I got 989 Ventures.
Northern Roots.
Northern Roots. So the representative for 989 Ventures and Northern Roots failed to appear.
Right.
Thank you.
That's applicant 7. The first one, applicant 3, is CP Investment in Hayes Cannabis. And that was the discrepancy between the 10 Mile versus the Gratiot address.
Okay, I'm sorry. So we have Candid Labs as applicant 18.
Yes.
989 Ventures was which number applicant?
7.
7. And then Northern Roots was which number?
That is 989 Ventures. They're the same, one and the same. And then 3 is CP Investment in Hayes Cannabis.
I'm sorry, that was what?
Applicant 3 is CP Investment
Thank you.
and Hayes Cannabis. It's, again, doing business as. Okay,
Do we need a motion to officially make them incomplete?
yes, sounds like a good idea.
Okay. I'll make a motion that applicant number 3, CP Investment Group LLC, Hayes Cannabis, is incomplete.
I'll second that.
Mr. Blum?
Yes.
Mr. Sage?
Yes.
And I'll vote yes.
I'll make a motion that applicant number 7, 989 Ventures LLC, Northern Roots Provisioning Center, is incomplete.
I'll second that.
Mr. Blum?
Yes.
Mr. Sage?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Applicant number 14? We're almost halfway. We can do this. Applicant 14 is Agrono Mod, capital MOD, one word, 21339 Gratiot. Thank you.
More than one? Okay.
Thank you.
Nothing? Okay, so we're missing the flash drive, but we're gonna go ahead and review everything else like we did before.
Should we review it, or should we give them notice, and then when they come with the flash drive, we review it?
Let's
We
review it.
reviewed them last time and then
Last time.
gave them a chance to come in and correct it the next.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so we look at, there is the information in the application. They list affiliated parties. Looks like a lease applicant. They answered that they've not been, has not been granted any commercial license or certificate that has been denied, restricted, suspended, revoked, or not renewed. Page 5 is signed and notarized. 6 is signed and notarized. Related entities signed and notarized. 8 and 9 signed and notarized. Again, out of order, just for the checklist, attestation A signed and notarized. B signed and notarized. C signed and notarized. D signed and notarized. E signed and notarized. F signed and notarized. G signed and notarized. H signed and notarized. I signed and notarized. And they have their application and their appeals. Authorization for a background investigation. Again, that's one for Edward. Table of contents. A through R. Applicant bios. We have, looks like 3 people and then a franchiser. B, we have 3 driver's licenses. C is property interest documents, lease agreement, purchase agreement, consent, and then driver's license, so the lease. Okay. Lease is signed. A commercial purchase agreement. For the property. Signed and notarized. Affidavit of consent for the use of the property with the driver's license. Entity information, there's an operating agreement. That is signed. Articles of organization. Articles of organization. Their certificate from the state. Their EIN number. Registration for Michigan taxes. UIA scheduled A and B. Attorney. Business and operations plan. Which includes, okay, there's the waste management, odor control, security. Let's make sure that seems to be the procedures here. Extensive. Oh, here it is, waste management plan. Employees. Labor and employment. Security plan. Odor control plan. Odor maintenance. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Community outreach. Environmental plan. Special land use application. Site plan application. Related entities. With the contact information. And there are other facilities, cultivation and processing, medical and recreational retail. Insurance commitment letter. A valid insurance obtained valid insurance indications and ready to provide sufficient evidence of assurance. CPA proof of capital letter. Letters to confirm the entity has sufficient funds to capitalize and operate the entity. Community involvement plan. Neighborhood impact statement. State pre-qualification letter. Pre-qualification status. Analytics report. Declaration of vacancy of 21339 Gratiot by previous owner. Oh, has been vacant for 4 years. And then there's a declaration of rehabilitation of 21319 Gratiot. If agronomod is awarded approval, I will rehabilitate that building. Different owner. Survey with buffer distance. Additional community parking lot proposal. With 15019 Collinson. Real estate documents. Commercial purchase agreement for, oh, this is for the Collinson, the additional. Supplemental application scoring criteria, signed and notarized. Section 1, 2, 3, 4, so they have it all listed out here. Okay, through section 9. Did we find, as I read through this, do we have the authorization in here
Which one, I'm sorry?
for the iChat? Did I check that? I have the driver's licenses, lease agreement. Insurance. Okay, I'm not finding that. Are you?
There's an authorization for background investigation in the beginning.
Oh, okay, that's,
What do you got that under?
where did you find it?
It's the last page before
Ah.
table of contents.
Thank you. There it is, okay. Yes, I do remember it now, okay. Thank you.
I do the same thing, so I need to see that.
I thought I saw, right, now that I see the name. The handwriting is similar to my husband's. I don't think he did. It's not him. So, the only question I have is that, as it relates to the financial, they have a letter from their CPA.
Under J?
That's under, yes, under J. Let's see if they had any more information in the back. And even in the supplemental, it said, the construction and capitalization will be funded internally. See the letter from our CPA, which is J, which says, I've been the accountant of record for Agronomod East Point since its inception. This letter is to confirm that the entity has sufficient funds to capitalize and operate the entity. Agronomod East Point LLC is a very valuable client of my firm. Should you have any questions, please feel free to contact me with a phone number.
Well, again, we could take the same approach that they submitted something, so it's complete. Whether it's correct, we'll figure out when we go through the rest of the process. I mean, they might get a fat old goose egg on that section.
I agree, the letter speaks to the financing.
Yeah, I mean, there's no dollars,
Yeah,
but
it's just
something was submitted. Therefore,
as to the depth of it, but,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Motion?
I'd have to get glasses on.
Number 14.
14, huh? Oh, they all are, that's right, they were missing the flash
Oh, right.
drive. Okay,
Thank you. Do it without you guys.
well then, I'll make a motion that applicant 14,
Table.
Agronomod East Point LLC is complete except for the flash drive, and that this be tabled until the next meeting to give the candidate an opportunity to find it for us.
I'll second that.
Mr. Blum?
Yes.
Mr. Sage?
Yes.
And I would say yes. Can you get through another one?
Thank you.
Does yours have a number on it? Okay. You got what? Okay, 1, 2, 3, all right. Yeah, no, that's good.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. No flash drive? Everybody check your packet. Found it? Thank you. Okay, so we have the flash drive for applicant 14. No. This is applicant, I'm sorry, we're on to the next one.
1-5.
Right. Sorry, that, I was incorrect. We are now on applicant 15, BRT Capital 2 LLC for 21515 Gratiot, and we found the flash drive. Okay. Top of the application, appeals to hearing officer, we did all, oh, here is the supplement application scoring criteria. So that is signed and notarized. Here is the authorization for background investigation. Then we get into the application itself, which is filled out. Looks like there are 2 affiliated parties. There is a lease. Or it is a lease applicant, we have to find the lease. Page 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are signed and notarized as required. Attestations, A, signed and notarized, B, signed and notarized, C, signed and notarized, D, signed and notarized, E, signed and notarized, F, signed and notarized, G, signed and notarized, H, signed and notarized, and I, signed and notarized. We have all those. Site plan review application, including public hearing. Special land use, public hearing, supporting documents, there's a driver's license, 2 driver's licenses, a commercial lease, signed by the 2 parties, commercial purchase agreement, okay. Signed by the seller and the purchaser, consent from property owner, an LLC operating agreement, articles of organization, the Laura certificate. This letter will serve as intent for insurance. Insurance pursuant to the requirements of the city of East Point can be placed there on an annual basis with the following limits. EIN, oh no, I'm sorry, this is the pre-qualification status from the state. Business plan. Impact on local environment and economy. Pro forma. Education. Job creation. job descriptions, other compensation, waste management and disposal plan, company formation documents, so we have that. Operating agreement, Addendum 3, resume of the lead individual, statement of financial condition, and a CPA report, financial conditions, investments. Addendum 5, okay, security plan. Lighting. We had the disposal.
Assume the site plan is in.
Ladies, were there other documents in there? Like
Me-
site plan documents in there?
Just want to make sure they're there.
Yeah.
Should be large, 24 by 36 inch, it says.
Ah,
Several copies, looks like there's just one.
There's a site plan application.
that goes with that.
We should have 4 copies there, right? Of that.
Is that the? That may be it, it's smaller.
Okay.
That's gotta be it.
Just want to make sure there's 4 of them.
Oops, sorry, 5. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thoughts?
I'm good. I'll make a motion that applicant number 15, BRT Capital 2 LLC, the packet appears complete.
Second?
Mr. Sage,
Yes.
Mr. Blum,
Yes.
and yes.
Has a flash drive.
Thank you. agree. Okay, applicant, am I on? Yes. Applicant 16, Great Lakes Facilities LLC. The address is 20880 Gratiot. All right. Okay, so they seem to have an index here or table of contents. Let's start at the beginning. Sign and notarize supplemental application scoring criteria sheet. Appeals we already got. Authorization for background investigation. Sorry, sign and notarize the initial form. Pre-qualification status from the state of Michigan. Looks like the buffer zone. They list entity information, person completing. 2 affiliated parties. There is a lease agreement with K&P Realty. Business and operations plan, which is page 5, signed and notarized. 6, signed and notarized. 7, signed and notarized. 8 and 9, signed and notarized. The attestations, A, signed and notarized. B, signed and notarized. C, signed and notarized. D, signed and notarized. E, signed and notarized. F, signed and notarized. G, signed and notarized. H, signed and notarized. I, signed and notarized. Driver's license of 2 people. Lease agreement. Okay, lease agreement between K&P Realty and Great Lakes Facilities that is signed and dated by the landlord and tenant. A warranty deed to K&P Realty. Statement of property owner. Current title holder and property. Authorizing of the driver's license. Site plan. Entity formation cover page, articles of organization, their certificate from the state. Annual statement, 2020, annual statement, 2021. Operating agreement. Signed. EIN successfully assigned. Oh. Registration for Michigan taxes. UIA Schedule A, B, power of attorney. Pre-qualification status with the state. There is a organizational chart for the company. Job descriptions. Ownership structure, 50-50 with driver's license. Business plan. Security plan. all the cameras. Lighting plan. Video surveillance. Security confirmation that they will meet state requirements. Inventory. Cash management plan. Waste disposal plan. Odor plan. Odor control. Noise control. Signage. Special land use and site plan application. Related entities. Number of entities, proof of insurance. What is it? Oh, additional insurance. Financial resources. Corporate filing for, this is back to health physical therapy. Budget, three-year pro forma. Background information. Two iChat printed. Security and safety compliance. Safety compliance. Cash management. Odor control. Trip generation site traffic. Capital improvement plan. Sufficient capital improvements. Landscaping, lights, parking, and site. Business plan, cover page. Business and operational plans. Marketing, inventory management. Disposal on page 17. Neighborhood compatibility. Waste disposal, 41 and 42. Safety compliance. Signage. Waste destruction reporting, waste disposal. Job descriptions. Consumer education plan. Short and long-term goals, employees and contractors. Staffing. Quite extensive. This whole thing is employee handbook as well as procedures. This whole stack, training log. Community benefits cover page. Outreach. Hiring. Proposed charitable event, community benefits, consumer education again. Social equity plan. Neighborhood compatibility plan. Technical memorandum, trip generation site traffic. Again, consumer education. Okay. Insurance. They submitted an ICHAP, but did you see the actual authorization form? The background authorization form, they submitted actual ICHAP printouts, but, or copies. But I- Go back to the table of contents.
Right here. Right before tab 1.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay, any questions, any thoughts?
No questions. Questions? So I'll make a motion then for applicant 16, Great Lakes Facilities LLC, that the packet appears complete at this time.
Second?
Mr. Sage,
Yes.
Mr. Blum?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll make a motion that we take a brief,
Yes, please. Take a couple of minutes.
Okay, so we're just confirming that when we bring out the rest, that number 18, we're gonna still review it even though we're waiting for her next week again.
Which one was 18? Hold on. We didn't review her? What would I do without you?
picture to my office, and that's the picture my office sent.
So the mayor after you, I thought that was Ronald Reagan. James Kelly resembles the Reagans.
He never would have been there.
No.
When I resigned, he became mayor.
Did you resign because you want to have some,
Yeah.
do that in the house?
Yeah, that's the, under the dome in the Capitol.
Oh, love that building. It's a beautiful building.
You know who she looks like? Do you remember this, fox color?
No.
80% of the thing was naked.
Yeah, she does, yeah.
Yes. Yes. We should just put in a sign.
You know what? He was shocked. That's why he was shocked.
Wow, so they didn't have colors till you were made.
And yeah, that's when they invented color. That's when they invented color film. Blowing this up.
That was their job. That was their decision. They gotta give her a call. Yeah. Why wouldn't you? You would have came back to 82.
I'm gonna go grab a snack real quick. Nice talking.
I worked for him.
Oh, did you?
He headed up a, community service agency for the county, and when I got out of college, I went to work for him for a couple of years. And his son got elected to Congress.
Oh, we should be part of something. Should give some credit for that.
So, I'm gonna tell you the best part is his son told me, it's 3 in the morning at home. They got a phone on the wall in the kitchen. He says, he hears his dad get out and answers this. He says, hello. Dad, I'm your mayor, East Detroit. I said, yes. I want to know that my street lights burned out. So he says, okay, well, give me your address. He gives it to me. So he says, about a week goes by and he hears his dad's alarm go off. And it's 3 o'clock in the morning. And his dad goes in the kitchen, he dials his phone, he says, hi, this is Ed, I want to call and check if your street lights on.
That's great. Like if you're gonna call me at 3 a.m.
I'm gonna call you back.
Okay.
Save the best for last.
That's what they said.
They'll get to you today.
Yeah, they will. They will.
Doesn't seem like they're going through them a lot. They were 6 and they were.
Yeah.
Yes.
The first 6, they just went to a section and there were papers in it, they said there's papers in it.
Yeah. 100% there.
Yeah, no, I.
All right.
Yeah, hard. Yep.
That's what we. Guys, listen, I'm happy if it's only 3 of us in business.
That would work out fine.
We're guys just scattered away.
Yeah, where's yours at? So I would have to say, they're up crash at almost a 10.
Which building that one is?
You know where Grosse Point Hardware, or not Grosse Point, where the hardware store used to be, Patton Hardware used to be, empty hardware building. They've got the green building, used to be a print company.
oh, that's right, you guys did.
You got rolled. A new mayor I served with, he's a good friend, he's a decent guy. Tim's a good guy.
Yeah, a lot of work. Whole new, completely blown up. Everybody's new. They're trying to, yeah, there's the work on, the work.
I'll get there eventually.
Tim won't make the jump quick once he gets, but he needs to get the medicals open before he. Why? Just to settle lawsuits or?
Were they sitting in the background? I knew people that had licenses that never opened.
No, these were ones that reads our properties, they were ever approved, and then actually lost.
Yeah, they got it.
Who's the mayor then?
I don't even know who the mayor is. 33-year-old mayor who quit. I mean,
We could have just said it's too much. I'm not letting landlords. There's only so long you can go.
we left out of Gaylord too, because I thought this is people overseeing the entire process.
It'll never, you know what?
So there's
Most have flippers.
Yeah.
Most people that already got it are just trying to flip it, flip it for no money. I had a building up there for 5 years, so. Yeah, so it was in front of us.
We had the auto shop in front of Home Depot there.
I owned the building, so there was.
great. The bank is a great location. It's been sitting empty for.
Is that one tranquility?
No, the first one. And Chester.
Gentlemen, you ready?
Yeah, you're getting it right now.
The sun just starts to dip.
Do we have shades?
Oh, no, you can't stop it. It'll be like that for a good half hour.
All right, so we're gonna do 18. This is the one that was tabled again today, but so that we can finish the review for completeness, we are gonna go back and we will do that one at this time. So that is 18, Candid Labs for 17321 East 8 Mile. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my fault. You guys are too efficient. My apologies. Okay, Candid Labs. So they have the applicant information. Appeals to hearing officer. The supplemental scoring sheet, signed and notarized. Application itself, document is filled out. 2 affiliated parties. It is a lease applicant. So page 5 is signed and notarized, 6 is signed and notarized, 7 signed and notarized, 8 has checklist and signed and notarized. Attestation A, signed and notarized. B, signed and notarized. C, signed and notarized. D, signed and notarized. E, signed and notarized. F, signed and notarized. G, signed and notarized. H, signed and notarized. And I, signed and notarized. Proof of valid tenancy legal interest. It is a lease, landlord and tenant. It is signed. Letter of intent regarding the lease. Statement of property owner. Authorize the tenant to use the properties for medical marijuana with a, she's a resident agent with her license. Company formation documents for Candid Labs, articles of organization. Certification. Operating agreement. Signed. IRS assigned you an EIN. Driver's license of owners. There are 2. Sales tax license. Applied and is awaiting the actual certificate from the Department of Treasury as Candid Labs. They have assigned a number. Oh, they're not that. This is an business and operations plan. Here's the business plan. Technology Startup Financial Summary. Outreach. Market Strategy. Monthly expenses, net profit by year, monthly revenues, monthly expenses. Quite a chart. Staffing plan. Hours of operation, benefits, dental. Very detailed dental. MetLife, job descriptions, waste and disposal plan. Odor control. Security and surveillance plan. Proposed outdoor signs. Identification of involved businesses. Provisioning center, outdoor cultivation, indoor provisioning center. Never been denied a license, never had any type of license suspended. Special land use application. Zoning. Sign review, the entire packet is filled out. Site plan with the renderings. Site plan divided separately. Floor plan elevation, related entities, again, same ones listed. Other commercial medical marijuana facilities, seems to be all their own, again. Proof of insurance. Intent for insurance from JD Insurance. Attestations, A, signed and notarized, B, signed and notarized, C, signed and notarized, D, signed and notarized, E, signed and notarized, F, signed and notarized, G, signed and notarized, H, signed and notarized, I, signed and notarized. iChat release and authorization. They have included an iChat printout, not an authorization form. Do you see an authorization form? Okay. Application answers. This is pages 8 and 9 checked off. Supplemental application answers. Information, accountant's examination letter with documentation. Resources to fund, operate, and maintain, again, kinds of financial charts and information. Another promissory note. never indicted, charged, arrested, convicted, or pled to any criminal offense, not filed for bankruptcy, not have passed bills or liens with the city. Okay, all those things. Okay, security and safety compliance. It's listed, physical and capital improvements to building. Business plan. Looks like the business plan, yeah, that we had earlier, the same one, through page 53. Health plans, job descriptions, this is all what they sent before. Community involvement. Traffic engineering consultants, the assessment. Pre-authorization by the state, pre-qualification status. Traffic study, neighborhood outreach, noise and light, and odor plan. Improvements to public right-of-way, neighborhood outreach. Noise, light reduction, odor control. Cover letters and resumes. Okay. So we didn't have the,
I don't see the authorization for the background investigation.
Right.
Signed one.
I saw that, what they had it their own, but,
Right. I did go back to the beginning to look a second time, I don't see it.
So I guess, she needs to bring a receipt, or find us an iChat.
the supplemental was, okay.
I'm gonna make the motion on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you saw, Kim?
No, I'm just looking right now.
So I'll make a motion for applicant number 18, that's Candid Labs LLC, in addition to the previous stated directive regarding the $100 certified check, that also the applicant be contacted to come before the board to produce in the packet the authorization for the background investigation. And therefore, at this point, we'll make a motion to table this applicant at this time.
Second it?
Mr. Sage,
Yes.
Mr. Blum?
Yes.
Yes. Well, pieces back together. Yeah, she's here to take you away. Between the paper clips and the rubber bands, I'm sure I'm gonna hurt myself. Thank you. Yes? Okay, so there is a flash drive. This is applicant number 19, Main Property Holdings LLC, 21530 Gratiot, and we have the flash drive and the copies. Okay. Okay, table of contents. Signed and notarized application and the supplemental application. So it's filled out. Page 5 is signed and notarized. 6, signed and notarized. 7, signed and notarized. 8 and 9, signed and notarized. Attestation A, signed and notarized. B, signed and notarized. C, signed and notarized. D, signed and notarized. E, signed and notarized. F, signed and notarized. G, signed and notarized. H, signed and notarized. I, signed and notarized. The supplemental application scoring sheet has been signed and notarized. Authorization for background investigation. So we have that. And of course, the initial documents that we required before. Oops. Pre-qualification status with the state of Michigan. We have a driver's license. This is the survey that was provided. Property ownership. Sole member of the applicant has the property under contract. Agreement of sale. Buyer and seller. There's the lease agreement. Landlord and tenant. Statement from the owner authorizing the use. Warranty deed. Articles of organization. Certificate of assumed name. Certification, operating agreement, Main Property Holdings. EIN. Sales tax license. Business and operations plan, security plan, disposal plan, odor, profit and life. Business summary. Marijuana disposal. Security plan. Surveillance. Alarm. Products. Still in security. Storage. safety compliance. Fire safety. Odor mitigation, odor control. Noise control. Dust. Air quality. Securities proposal. Security plan. Looks like a second copy of the same. Storage. Conceptual design. Oh, that's for security, it looks like. Profit and loss. Income expenses for 2020, profit and loss for 2019, 18, 17, 16. Insurance agency financial statements. Income statement. So these are different, the different entities. Site plan and special land use. All documentation. Sign permit. Land use impact and neighborhood compatibility. Parking. Related entities and insurance. Listing the entities. And then letters from each of the entities. Other commercial. And information about the principal. Certificate of liability insurance. Additional insured. Oh, looks like the, oh, this is the supplemental. Do we have that cover sheet? Yes, we did. So here's actually for the supplemental, we have all the sections. Financial resources. Staffing, oh my goodness, staffing. Signage. Oops, community outreach. Okay. Did we think we got everything?
Go ahead.
All right, so I'll make a motion for applicant number 19, that's Main Property Holdings LLC, that the packet appears complete at this time.
Second?
Mr. Sage?
Yes.
Mr. Plum?
Yes.
And yes. Hit the thing one more.
We could have started at 1.
That's okay. Thanks, Kimmy. So now we are skipping to applicant 21, right?
21.
Applicant 21. Royal Highness 20770 Kelly. And we have the flash drive. Thank you. Yep. Thank you guys so much. Okay, we have the signed application information. Here's the application for the facility itself, filled out. Two affiliated parties. Property interest is owner applicant, submitting a purchase agreement. Limited liability, no license denial. Page 5 is signed and notarized, 6 is signed and notarized, 7 is signed and notarized, 8 and 9 are checked off and signed and notarized. Attestation A, signed and notarized. B, signed and notarized. C, signed and notarized. D, signed and notarized. E, signed and notarized. F, signed and notarized. G, signed and notarized. H, signed and notarized. I, signed and notarized. Here's the background, authorization for background investigation. Here's the appeals to the hearing officer. Business operations plan. Business model with the majority owner. Team and experience. Staffing. Security plan. marketing, education, odor mitigation, waste and disposal, sign plan, fiscal forecast, says there's a pro forma, purchase order and service agreement, oh, for security. Camera systems. A lot of technology. Security system requirements commitment. Scoring criteria for the supplemental application. Scoring criteria, the supplemental is filled out and notarized. Cover page. Property documents, survey and buffer zone map. Purchase agreement. Property deed. Lease agreement. Landowner affidavit for use. Record owner entered in the purchase agreement. Proof of insurance. The city, corporate documents and information, articles of organization, certificate of assumed name, certificate of good standing, authorizing resolution for the members of Royal Highness, operating agreement, sales tax license, no involved businesses, no licenses suspended or denied, stakeholder information, driver's licenses. There are 2. Financial documents, 2021 profit and loss, promissory note, proof of funds, then scoring rubric, so this will be contents insufficient. So this is the supplemental. One, two, 3. Business probity, moral reputation, licenses from the state of Michigan, okay, there's an iChat. For the majority, an iChat. don't see a release. Capital improvement. Construction costs, financial capacity. Staffing. Sorry. Community outreach. Okay. It's all starting to run together. Did you see the site plan? Did I read that off? I know everybody submitted an application because the clerks were careful about checking, cross-checking.
We're looking for a site plan, if there's anything in the boxes.
For the application. I know everybody was checked, cross-checked. Not part of this.
Definitely not here. Wait a minute.
Is that the survey or the site plan application?
Survey. I'm sorry?
Original in color.
So we did check that off there.
There's
Yes.
original site plan application.
Okay, so I was gonna say, we did check that off last meeting, so they did, okay.
You didn't need it in your packet?
Kenny has another one.
I have two more.
Okay, no, it's there, so.
Okay, I'll make a motion that applicant 21 Royal Highness LLC / Herbology is complete, appears to be complete.
I'll second that.
Mr. Blum,
Yes,
Mr. Sage,
Yes.
and yes. One more.
Are we still looking for card keys? Okay. I was being serious.
I was gonna leave it here, I'll tell you that.
Found our flash drive. Okay, this is applicant number 22, Ron Real Estate, and he, I guess doing business as Healing Strands LLC, property address 23315 Gratiot. Okay. Oh, these are nice binders. Ooh. Healing Strains. Table of contents. Okay. Tab 1 is the application filled in. Affiliated parties, there are 4. Property interest, lease. Limited liability. Okay, page 5 is signed and notarized. 6 is signed and notarized. 7 is signed and notarized. 8 and 9 are filled out and signed and notarized. Then we go to the property lease. Commercial lease agreement. Okay, signed. Sworn statement. Landlord has purchased the property, entered into a lease. Consents to the use. Copy of the deed. Vacant property registration. Articles of organization for Healing Strains. First amended and restated operating agreement of Healing Strains. Yes, Strains. Signed by the 4 members. The interest listed for each of the 4. Healing Strains has their certificate from the state, registration for Michigan taxes, UIA Schedule A, UIA Schedule B. power of attorney, unemployment insurance, business operations plan, staffing, security, sanitation, and signage, staffing plan, security plan, sanitation plan, waste management, signage plan, an application for a sign permit, special land use and site plan application, site plans, other commercial facilities, 2, certificate of liability insurance. Factors to be considered, so this is the pages 8 and 9. Lending agreement. Promissory note. Accountant's letter. Statement of moneylender's consent. Line of credit. Security plan. There's the district court disposition. IRS. Application, provisioning center application table account, oh, business plan. Security. Information on community involvement, residency, and business operations. And we have a table of contents listing with the checklist. Somebody's identification. Authorization for background investigation. Another authorization for background and another 4 authorizations for background investigation. iChat has been prescribed criminal history. The iChat. Pre-qualification status. Okay. Oops. Gentlemen? All good?
Yep.
All right. Make a motion that applicant 22 Healing Strains LLC appears to be complete. Gotta put that in there.
I'll second that.
Mr. Blum?
Yes.
Mr. Sage?
Yes.
Yes. We will need to do a motion to schedule a meeting for next Wednesday at 1:30. We have actually two applicants.
Who was it besides 18?
14, the flash drive that we could not find today. So we have applicant 14, Agronomod, East Point, could not find a flash drive, so if they could come and show us where it is. And applicant 18, we have the issue with the $100, the original receipt for the certified check. And then we did not find the release for background, the authorization for a background check.
I'll make a motion to post and schedule a meeting, our next meeting for Wednesday, February 2nd at 1:30 PM.
Second?
Mr. Sage?
Yes.
Mr. Blum?
Yes.
And yes. Mr. Albright, anything?
No, not at this time, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Mr. Sage?
Yes.
Mr. Blum?
Yep.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, so much.